All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, episode 6.
Woo! Yeah.
It's a full
Right.
mouthful. Like
Yep,
just
rolls
everything.
right off the tongue.
It's a blob of just.
Yep, indeed.
And we have Mr. Slime Rimuru sama.
and they have left Dorgon.
They have left Dorgon and
Without Gobta.
And again without Gobta.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is going to be a running gagta, gag for Gobta.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But we have potentially one of the elves that was at the bar,
yep.
the service place, and she might be stalking them.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be following them.
But I thought it was really cool, and I didn't notice this until upon editing the last thing there. The king actually was aware of the lawyer being bought, punished him with his like attaché elf servant person.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh okay. So he's now like, I'm gonna be watching the slime. I'm gonna be watching Rimuru,
right,
which is pretty interesting.
Yeah. And to be fair, the lawyer wasn't exactly covering his tracks very well because
No. Vesta got played hard by the king there.
Yep.
Like the king was just like, I see how all this is going.
Kikakudori.
But I like that the king acknowledges the potential like monstrosity that is Rimuru's like magical potential and a way that he can affect the landscape and the cultural that.
And that he, before banishing our dwarf friend, that he did offer him the chance to join the ranks again, which is a big deal, especially since he knew that it was a bot trial, basically.
Right.
Yeah. But okay, so now they have to go back to the village and actually start constructing some real stuff.
We'll get a civilization yet.
Indeed.
We have to start with some villagers, and now that we've got the way to learn this, now Rimuru might actually be the first one to like learn this kind of stuff.
Sure, he could.
It's going to be something interesting because Rimuru, I don't know how he can acquire knowledge of a non-magical nature without consuming the individual who knows the thing.
Or he just consumes the thing that was made and then he knows how to make that specific thing and then he regurgitates it back out since he absorbed the materials. So assuming there's no entropy laws or whatever, then he could just...
Yeah, I guess he would have to have the guy build the thing, and then he consumes the thing, and then, like you said, regurgitate it out.
Yeah.
But, I like the great sage potentials with bringing in other people who know skills, and then he becomes the melting pot of all of their knowledge.
Would it be faster just to eat the people? Maybe,
but he is the person that picks the side of good. And that is for the betterment of the entire world.
Yeah, or at the very least, neutral.
Yes, at the very least, he's a neutral good.
Yeah.
Might not necessarily be lawful good.
Right.
But yeah, guys, it's going to be good. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I really want to find out what exactly that tail scarf thing is.
Oh.
I mean, it's probably just like a fur or something like that, but...
I feel like we're so far away from all of this stuff in the OP that it's like I don't know how to take it necessarily. I understand he will eventually, gloop up a person, but it's like, under what circumstances would that be necessary?
Or would he figure out that he could actually just absorb them and then spit them back out? Like...
The girl with the mask, though, does seem to be the person who was his destined to end up with, though. The little marks on the cheek. I just hope that when they introduce all these characters and stuff, there's going to be a lot of names and stuff, so we'll need to make sure that they are different enough besides just their color scheme.
Yep.
So that when they're all on screen at the same time after they've all been introduced for a while, we can separate them by like personality, a whole bunch of other things as well. But having
tactical slime,
yes, and bloop bloop. Yeah. Oh wait, is this the little dumb group that went into the cave?
Yeah,
it
I
is.
think so.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
Just
give the report. Quest fighter. Eren. The thief wanting to split with the party. That's just so classic. Okay.
No magic ore, no monsters, no Veldora, nothing.
Well, we noticed a goblin dwarf village thing with wolves that started building about a mile. We deserve a few long rests, thank you very much. Oh,
okay.
Cool.
I was gonna say the voice sounded a bit muffled. She's the one with the charisma main stat.
Yeah. Eren Cavalgido. Shizu. Or a hero prestige class, you know, with a couple levels in like Godslayer or something.
Yeah, she's too cool for having just the one level.
That's true.
One class.
Right. Whoa! Whoa!
Where did he learn that?
Yeah! Or is that a part of the wolves, them being Tempest wolves? Seriously. Could be! Could be!
Yeah. I love how it's like one of the
Oh my
edgiest
gosh.
powers possible.
Oh, you know what it
But
is?
for a slime, you know.
It's because Veldora named him, and Veldora's of Veldora's magic. He's a storm dragon.
Oh, wow.
That's what it is. Oh my god.
Holy crap.
This is crazy.
You're like, what is this sorcery?
Leatherworking? Oh. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. All right, they all have their specific thing.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wait, is that Gobta? So a bunch of regular goblins. Gotcha. Just how it is.
Oh, 500?
So I'm confused. When did Gobta come back? He hasn't. No, I thought I saw him behind. Yeah, see? This is Gobta. Whoa.
That's pretty amazing.
Okay.
Nearly okay. No way. He awakened some new secret power.
Gobta,
Wow.
you're gonna be a legend.
Oh yeah, that's why he didn't get any bigger.
It's a stand-up power.
Yep. Rimuru, could you tie them all upside down, please?
Mendoza, back to normal. Okay, he's just the butt end of the joke.
With his wonderful flexing abilities, I mean, of course. He's just gonna get more and more hulked out.
This is the guild people. Oh, they are not running from wolves. I thought they... Oh, this is when they're gonna build up the other girl, Shizu, because she's gonna just deal with them all right now.
Fighter things with his sword.
Yeah, here we go.
But I'm a badass.
And as a magical blade... Oh, a spell. Oh.
And you lit the forest on fire.
Whoa.
They're probably not going to, but that would be so amazing if the forest got lit on fire for this.
It's like a combustion blade.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very, very cool.
Wait, why were we running in the first place?
Double tap. Gotta double tap. I like that it wasn't done with one hit, they're all dead. It was, no, I had to use some tactics, use a spell, and they're still, I guess they're still alive. Whoa. Oh, her mask.
And the mask landed on him. I love it.
Oh, and it's her. Yes, you're destined. Yes, yes. He's like, oh.
We're only 6 episodes into the season.
Right, right.
ありがとう。
Oh. Oh. So the joke, I think, is that she's gonna be the one that he's going to be with. Get it? Like Rimuru is going to consume her and change the hair color blue.
That would be...
Wouldn't that be such a funny twist on that?
That would be interesting.
You have perfect memory.
Yep.
The Great Sage has that feat just casually in there, you know?
器用だな、運命の人。
お客人、もてなしはできんでくれておりますかな。て紹介しよう。我らが主、リムル様である。
主で悪いか？
You got a problem with that?
一つ無害アピールでもしておくか。はじめまして。俺はスライムのリムル。スライムじゃないよ。しずさん？お、今のネタ伝わったのか？
She might have.
まさか魔物に助けていただけるとは。
今日はここに泊まるがいい。ゆっくり疲れを癒してくれ。ありがとうございます。したいことがあるんだけど、そのしずさんは日本人。スライムさん、さっきのはゲームのセリフでしょ？同郷だった子から聞いたことがあってね。スライムさんはどうしてこっちに？いや、それがさ、刺されて死んじゃってさ。召喚者だから。召喚。そういや、ベルトラが言ってたの。兵器？このしずさんが？しずさんはいつ頃召喚されたんだい？街が燃えて炎に包まれ空から爆弾が。
WW2。
空襲か。
Yep。
お母さんと一緒にすまない。
Who's your summoner then?
そうだ。面白いものを見せてやるよ。
Oh.
面白いもの？
Is he gonna show her modern day Japan? Hey.
Ah! Ah! How did I know that was going to happen?
Yeah,
Like, how did I know? Cool.
Nice.
Nice. Like, look, here's Japan, like, way, years, decades after. Yeah.
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 大丈夫かい？多分。
Next time we meet, it shall be as enemies. For I've been commanded to destroy you.
little pink discoloration, you know. Oh, cool. Okay, okay.
Couldn't they have used something to summon her that wasn't fire?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, and this guy did the summoning ritual by himself?
Yeah. Oh, a fire spirit.
Oh!
A fire demon! Okay.
Wow!
I was told we can't watch this ED because there's spoilers in it. Jeez.
Okay. Well, that's
actually, like, probably the most interesting subplot that's been brought up, though, in the whole show. Like, Veldora was, I would say, pretty awesome, but, like... But he's kind of a... He's kind of a world building more than a character.
Right, where this is something personal.
This is something very personal, very emotionally driven.
And the thing is, it's something where we know there can be danger because she's separated from Rimuru, and there's the whole thing of she's connected to some bad people. So there's a lot they can do there.
Yeah, she's kind of like the main plot as a character,
right? By
saying that her conflict is something where she shouldn't be here. Like, she shouldn't. If anything, Rimuru was kind of blessed with another opportunity at life by coming here, whereas her whole thing was a curse. She was ripped from her mother's
Well,
in some ways, her life was saved, potentially. But you can never know what would have happened, you know.
She probably wouldn't have fared too well.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
But it wasn't her choice. I know that it wasn't Rimuru's choice because he, died before coming
But he was
here.
able to exercise his free will after he got transported.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
This was very interesting. So
yeah.
I love Shizu as a character and the way she was introduced and everything, and the fact that they got the whole "you're from Japan too" thing out of the way so quickly.
Very quickly.
You know,
I'm loving that.
Like,
yes.
awesome. Thank you, because that's something.
No melodrama, no weird kind of stuff.
Because it's something that the audience already knows. So if they spend a lot of time having the characters need to sort of find out about it,
right?
Then it's like, okay, I mean, they could do that, but this is just, I like this a lot more.
Right.
And then they were able to have them connect over that, which is great, because one of the things that, like, if I were to say one of the biggest issues with isekai is that usually they'll throw in, and it's based around the whole wish fulfillment idea, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but then they'll throw in the idea of the harem or the whatever, right? And it just won't make sense. And the thing is, and it's not just that it doesn't make sense of it being an unlikely occurrence,
right?
But it's also the fact that generally the attachment that I end up having to the characters is pretty low. But
yes.
But here, not only did they make us get attached to each of the characters, because we already attached to Rimuru, but now we're attached to Shizu as well, but they also made the characters attached to each other. It's not just that, oh, Sugoi, you're so powerful, right? So that was fantastic, and it was done quickly, right?
Very quickly.
And there's a very strong anchor point as for why the conflict will be there, right?
Yeah, and one of the things I like about the whole emotional connection to the story is that they both were given another chance, but there's very clear differences in how this whole meeting was brought up. You could say it was destiny. She was dealing with the fire bombings during the end of World War II on Japan. So she could have died. But the way she was summoned was, I think, that whatever element just happened to be around her, conflagrated around her, in this case, the fire, and portaled her to this world, and they were not intending to summon her. She was the result of the summon, and they're like, ugh, another failure. And they're like, oh, we'll make something out of this by putting this fire demon in you, or taking over you in some way.
Which begs the question... What were they wanting to summon?
What were they wanting?
Were they originally wanting to summon her mother? Like,
we'll find out, I guess.
Like, because I understand the idea of them being like, okay, well, it's a kid. Like,
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. I was wanting to draw another connection to Rimuru, who he chose how he would die. He chose what would cross him over to the fantasy world. He protected his friend.
Yes.
He died essentially doing what made him... like who he was.
He didn't want to die.
He didn't want to die,
but it was something that was still as a result of his choice. Yeah.
Yes. So then when he crosses over, it's this huge blessing. It's something where he's like, you could have died and your life would have just been over, but no, you get another chance and you get all these boons that you come in with.
Yeah.
This might be a thing. I'm not sure how deep the show is going into this with mechanics and stuff, but it might be because he died heroically, like he died doing something good.
Gotcha. It was sort of like his last wishes were granted, not just the delete my browser history, but
clear my internet browser history. No, but it was also because of maybe that. I'm saying that's a possibility, but that's something that's different here. She's now in this world and she has this curse that she's bearing. She's potentially a fire demon thing that's possessed her, and that was maybe the whole thing with the opening, showing two different sides of her. Is that maybe at any point the summoner guy wants this demon Ifrit, which does, I think, connotate to a fire spirit of some sort.
And
I think in the way the wording is,
I believe that's demon.
Okay,
yeah,
it is demon.
Yeah. I know my D&D.
You know your D&D?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And if that's the case,
yes,
it's. I think it's great that we have also like everything that shows how different the slime Rimuru is from her is also the things that might help save her from this classic kind of setup here.
Right, and the thing is that the setup of what they've done, as far as like wearing the mask and having the monster within and stuff like that, that's all stuff that is fairly generic. But the thing is, here's the thing, because it's for a character that is not the main character, right? There can be actual danger. Like, these things can have real consequences. She doesn't need to win. She doesn't need to master the demon inside of her. She doesn't need to break free from her, her master. We want her to, right? We want her to, and she probably will eventually, right? Probably at some cost or whatever, and there'll be some struggle. But they don't have to.
Yeah.
So
in a lot of ways, to echo what you're saying here, her character has a myriad of choices as how she can be written from here on out.
Yep.
And they've set her up with a nice, I would say, list of attributes and plot points to which they can bounce off of. But I also like here in that Rimuru isn't forcing one, because I think he's trying to get connected to this girl. He's working, the things the right way, He's being a good person, essentially, and he's not trying to force his way into her life or her situation in a way that either is helpful or a way that benefits him. I think that's something that's great. The one thing that he ends up doing is actually one of the sweetest, most wholesome things he could have done, which was like, hey, I want to show you what Japan looks like, so that the image that's probably in your head of what Japan used to be isn't there anymore. And I think that that's something that is such a small and subtle thing that I don't expect in isekai characterization.
I wouldn't expect it in anime. I mean, the fact that they're doing this here is fantastic, because the thing is that it's not just it's those no big deal things that matter the most,
right?
And now the idea, when she thinks back to home, it doesn't have to be a burning city, because she was young. She probably doesn't remember anything outside of the war. And
usually we only remember the things that gave us that heightened intense emotional response.
And that was a long time ago. I mean, I don't know if there's some time distortion, whatever, because Narnia type.
How long has she been here? We have no idea.
It doesn't have to be 70 years or whatever it is.
She could be immortal for all we know.
She could be immortal, or it could just be something where the time doesn't match up, right? They could totally do that. But the point is that now those memories can be a positive thing.
Yes.
Yes. Assuming she forgets about the
she'll have an alternative.
The video game,
she'll have an alternative. Now, she did say that she's met other people from Japan, at least one other.
Oh,
that's where the video game thing came from.
Right.
So
right.
Here's the thing here. The summon guy, he's from Japan.
Okay.
Calling it.
All right, sure.
And then the whole time thing, you're right, can't match up perfectly. Because what I'm guessing it's going to be is that someone else came through the portal.
Okay.
And had wishes that were granted.
Sure.
And instantly, upon realizing that they had this much power in their hands, that was the start of their corruption. That was the start of them realizing, oh my God, I can have anything I want.
And that's how they can be a great villain, but also parallel to Rimuru, because he could absolutely go dark if he wanted to, and it would make things a lot easier for him in many ways, right? But he doesn't. He could just consume, he could consume the Englishman with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse.
Bolts of black lightning.
Yeah, exactly. that whole bit was amazing.
Calling it right now. That's Veldora's magic. That's what that is.
Yep. And great job pointing that out. I can't believe I didn't make that connection once they did the whole naming. They brought up the whole thing of the naming, and it's like, oh yeah, right. He got named by Veldora, the freaking storm dragon. Yeah, it's like, of course.
Yeah. And we didn't know what that did, but there was like a whole like flashing like yellow golden thing. There might even been like, I think there were like gears that turned and like crazy stuff that happened. So like he became like he became like an ancient being of magic.
And he already kind of was.
And he already was stupidly strong.
And here's the other thing. Yeah. That speaks even more to the state that Veldora was in, where he was so like, he was so lonely and wanted someone to talk to, that the first person that comes up and is actually willing to talk to him, he's like, I'm turning you into an ancient being, like
it's really funny because it's basically like the GM is like, looking at all their creatures and the encounters that they're going to fight, and they wrote a, slime into a PC with their own storyline and everything. They
Uh-huh.
basically ripped a person out of the ether and said, "You're piloting this slime."
Right. And maybe they didn't intend for all of this crazy stuff to be able to happen.
Start at level 15.
Well, sure.
There you go. Like,
yeah,
just go.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the level cap isn't 20. Oh, it's not? Where is it? Oh, you'll see.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's an NPC. Oh, I talked to it. Oh, he's very lonely. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll talk to it. He is very touched by this. You know, what would he do? He's wow. Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. He values it this much. He can do these kinds of things. So reward based on the. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Good thing there's no other players that I need to balance this with.
Right. My question with the goblins evolving is, well, okay. I love how they explained how Gobta got out. That was hilarious.
Yes, that was
because
awesome.
I was like, how is he here?
Wait a minute.
And then they went and explained eventually. But the goblins, specifically Gobta in this case, have the ability to summon these wolves.
Yep.
So, wait, is there some aspect of Rimuru's magic that was also transferred in the same way that maybe Veldora's was when they named, when the naming ceremonies happened? Because this summoning thing doesn't seem to be something that we've seen before.
Nope. And one of the things that...
But they had a plot point in this episode, of a summon.
They did.
And it's a form of foreshadowing, but I think it's also a form of like, you know, we're supposed to connect.
And Gobta just did it. Like,
Gobta just did it.
Because the whole thing with the evil dude that is Shizu's master.
Summoner,
Yeah. At least she wasn't called a servant, but yeah. Whatever. Fate came up with that stuff, but I think it was definitely supposed to be implied that he did the summon ritual himself, and that's why they built it up of it takes like 30 powerful mages in a few days or a week or whatever it is to actually perform the ritual. And then he's there and he just does it, and it's like, oh yeah, he does this all the time. This is just another failure, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, maybe he just needs components. That's probably his only limitation. He's just like, I gotta go find another week's worth of components to make another one.
Or he just breaks the rules, and that can be one of the ways that he can compete with Rimuru.
Especially if he's someone from Japan, like Rimuru, who got some kind of stupid skills that were custom made specifically.
Ate all the magic ore, and and then there's
who knows,
but the fact they have that, and then they have Gobta have, and the thing is, Gobta did this beforehand. Like the way they showed it in the episode was beforehand, so it's like, maybe people will miss it. Maybe it's not that big of a deal, or maybe it is.
Yeah, Gobta's going to be like the strongest of all the goblins, and create this like magic group of goblins. And when he grows up, he's going to be basically the Gul'dan of this world, and he'll create some evil like sect of goblins that will then end up rising up and creating a nether portal to the demon realm, and then he'll summon in a whole group of things.
And here's the thing.
Gobta, Gul'dan, it just...
They didn't actually say where the wolf came from. Now, what?
It's a being of magic.
Right? Well. The thing is that it could just be that he summoned his wolf from where it was, outside the town. Back to the village.
It's a form of transportation.
Right, exactly. It's a form of transportation. Okay, cool, awesome. If it's not that, then that means he summoned. He brought it from somewhere else, which some other plane of existence, or created it essentially.
Yeah, I think,
which is pretty ridiculous.
I think it's going to be that he either has access to his wolf by means of spending his magical fuel or whatever in order
snap
to do
it in and out of pocket dimensions. He's a warlock. Oh my gosh, he's a Pact of the Chain warlock.
But another way to look at it is more like a video game where you have the mount that you just snap your fingers and suddenly your mount's there.
Press Z.
Like, I'm playing The Witcher 3 right now, and literally if I press X, I whistle, and my horse just teleports somewhere near me, and it's like, like I once left and just buggered off my horse. I'm just like, no. I'm like, oh yeah, name's like Roach or something. I was like, Roach! And it just kind of suddenly it's like boop
Shadow
on the mini map
appears.
On the mini map, I just see it goes boop, and I'm like, Roach, I'm seeing you like you're a clever devil, like you're the end boss, aren't you? You and your magic warping abilities.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But in this case, it's Gobta, who's actually the true villain. We're just seeing his origin story 60 years before he becomes a true warlock and sorcerer.
But they brought back the adventuring party from before.
That was so clever.
Awesome.
That was awesome. So clever. Because of course they would send someone to investigate Veldora's disappearance.
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff.
Yeah. And I love the fact that basically these adventurers, even though they're level 1s, you know,
I
or maybe level 2.
They might be level 3 even.
Sure, and the sorcerer's like, I've got Scorching Ray now, bitch, you know? Like, woo! Yeah.
I mean, the only thing we know is that the thief has passed without a trace, which he could have gotten at level 1.
Well,
so that doesn't really mean anything.
Or he just has a high stealth. Please don't know. But yeah.
Well, that's a good point, though. That meant he had to multi-class into something
Sure.
Else.
Or it's a different
so
rule system, you know. Yeah. But
I'm just messing around.
Yeah. But but the idea that they're back, and because of this, because they've met Rimuru, one, the fact that Rimuru had them stay a day was probably very good, because when they take the message back, it's probably not going to be a very positive response. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It could be, because it's not the purview of the guild and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then they're on the radar is the thing.
But now they're on 2 nations' radar.
Exactly.
So there's the humans, and their kingdom doesn't seem to be as powerful as the dwarves and stuff, but they're more operating out of this guildmaster Fuse,
yeah.
whatever. And
Fuzzy,
he seems to be kind of like, just send adventurers out, go do this, you get coin and whatever, and some XP, but whatever. But what I like here is that it's almost oddly coincidental, though, that Shizu would just kind of pop up at this area when they're going to this forest and stuff. So so this is another thing. That means that the big guy, the summoner,
the
guy,
master,
he knows about Veldora's disappearance too.
Yes.
And she was on her way to this place as well.
And a part of me wondered whether he probably doesn't have an ability to perceive through her senses. Probably
like
not.
To scry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but the fact that she was basically
holding him,
recalled at that specific time
when she was holding him.
Yeah. And all the stuff that was happening, it's like, okay, but either way, once she gets back and he tells her to give him a full report, you know, she'll tell him about all this stuff. And if he's from Japan, then he's like, oh, okay, this is a problem. I was able to get her, but now, like, okay, this slime. Wait, Black Lightning, you say?
Black Lightning, that's the thing that's going to be the kicker.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
Yeah, Storm Dragon Valdora, known for storms of Black Lightning. Oh, God.
Oh, my God, yeah.
He's going to be like, oh, crap. I wished for the wrong thing when I came over here. Like, all right.
Unlimited skill works.
Yeah.
You know, just And I love that we're here so far into the story. The main kind of linear plot is just starting to, I would say, creep up a little bit. And everything that Rimuru has done, even decapitating the wolf chief, was for the most part a good kind of, you know, from a place of being good, and
definitely good intentions.
And very much thinking of the best about others rather than benefiting himself. In fact, the most selfish thing he did was probably try to just get as much elf action as he could in that place there, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, so far,
can you blame him?
Everything that he's done has still ended up helping him with developing this whole, like, you know, civilization that's now at the grassroots building up.
Oh, yeah.
In a year. In a year. It will be a kingdom.
Yep.
Like, they will be a kingdom.
One of the things that blew me away was that he still named all 500 of the goblins, even though he knew it would take that toll. I expected him to do something where it's like, okay, I'll name, like, I'll pick, like, some number of them at random and I'll name them. Or I'll do it, like, a day at a time or something. But nope. Went through all of them, and there you go.
That is something that's interesting, though. Based on the way Rimuru has changed, is he working off of a limited supply of magic, or is he has his max magic increased and now he regens up to that max again? Or when he does things like naming, does it lower his max MP permanently?
Well, I was actually wondering if he's increased since then, because the thing is, okay, there's the eating the magic ore, and I understand that would make him more powerful, what you're saying, right? But here's the thing. He hit his limit, his hard limit, previously.
Right.
I don't think there were 500 goblins.
Oh.
Because he was able to name the goblins and one of the dire wolves.
Yeah, in fact, we were told what the number of the goblins were, because none of them died. And the number, I think, in total, given that the goblins and the wolves each paired off with each other, and there was a number. They said like how many goblins, how many wolves. I think Great Sage actually mentioned that, like in episode
but it wasn't
2 or
500.
something. It was like less than 200 total.
Yeah. So and the thing is, because again, he only named one wolf. So that's
we don't know if it was one session though. To be fair,
well, it was at minimum one session.
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about when he named the 500?
When he named the 500, yeah.
Right. It seemed like they were saying that
It seemed like they
was, 'cause
did.
they didn't, because it was, he went to exhaustion, he did it, and then, and
then
he
slept for 3
He
days.
slept for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows then? He might be getting stronger then.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it would make sense. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it would make sense that he would get stronger if anything. But that means like he is a monster, like Dwargon the king.
Mm-hmm. What he should really do is he should just be
He's
like,
right to be afraid.
yeah, he should just be like, oh, well, okay, logically, right here, there's a limit to how quickly I can produce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of, I do have limitations. So let's work on expanding those. You guys keep building here. All right, and then where are all the mines for magic ore? Okay, cool. All right.
I don't think. I mean, I think he should just get the mines of just anything because I think that magic ore is something that no one else probably has a lot of access to. But even if he's doing just the Minecraft thing and he just gets stone, and
then he can just be like, cool. Hey, can you teach me how to like do some stonemasonry and stuff?
And castle,
cool. Awesome. Yeah.
What I'm excited for, is even though they're doing the architecture stuff and they're doing those kind of things, is that Rimuru gives them like inspired designs and things start to look a little bit more modern, a little bit more like, just certain smart decisions are made that medieval times you wouldn't normally think about, like sanitation and all kinds of other things.
He already has them using chopsticks, and then the thing that the meat was being cooked on, like that specific type of like grill. Yes. It's like, okay. All right, yeah.
This is gonna be really funny.
Oh, and that. Oh, okay. They might not do this, but I'm picturing that eventually he gets things looking pretty dang close to modern day Japan. And then he brings Shizu over, and he's like, "Hey, look, it's just like home."
Oh, that'd be sweet.
But that's in like maybe 5-10 years,
Yeah, I think
they're going at an alarming rate.
That's about 10 seasons of slime,
I mean, who knows how many monsters come to him, and then he could name them, because like the ogres and the the orcs and everything,
and those weird like ants.
Yeah. Like, who's to say that he couldn't be like, hey,
well, they don't have intelligence necessarily, so it might not be smart to name them.
Okay, maybe not. But like, he did like turn the direwolves, so
the direwolves had a telepathic speech though.
Oh, did they have the telepathic speech?
Yeah, that was part of their pack.
That's right. Yeah. Although he could probably get the orcs, maybe.
That is a good point, though. I'm not sure that the goblins can actually speak with their.
Or maybe it was that when they paired up, then they ended up developing some bond or something.
I
mean, Doctor at the very least was able to summon his, so
true. But I'm loving the combination now of bringing a linear plot conflict via Shizu and we're building a civilization here. Like, this is an RTS, and I this is just so fun.
And the thing is, I could see the adventurers basically. They're like, we're gonna stick with you because things are way better than you than they were with the guild, Right.
They'll go to the guild, maybe go back to get their pay,
Yeah, and then they'll be like, job. Also, we're resigning, like. Wait, what? Yeah, and then that could actually be a crazy. They're not going to do this, I don't think. But this could be a crazy way that they basically get on the bad side of the guild. Is that then they start telling stories? They're like, "Hey, you guys should come with us," And then they show up with like 200 adventurers, right? They're all like, "Yeah, we want to work for you." Like, yeah, this is where it's at, And then the guild.
And they can be the ones that run the guild at that point. Like,
exactly.
Maybe they'll do some. Maybe they'll do some missions to start it off, and then after they've done about 3 or 4 of them, they'll be like. We could run an adventurers guild here, and they would each bring in their specific skills to it. It's Guido, Alvin,
something, and
Alvin or something, and Eden. But yeah, this is fun. This is good. I'm looking forward to more of this, and we now have a potential good antagonist to be excited about.
We do.
Defeating at some point. So yeah. you want to see the next episode's reaction, guys, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories or just whatever. Jacob's going to promote something here real quick.
Indeed. Battle Lines, my sci-fi novel. Link in the pinned comment down below to the Kickstarter, because it's amazing, and you should definitely read it. Claim your copy now. Yeah,
check that out. And if any of it interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.